Welcome back. Ben Mankiewicz, joined by my colleague, Eddie Muller. And so, Eddie, in our toss to Psycho, before we showed the movie, you described it as the end of film noir because it starts with a person commits a crime, Janet Leigh, and she's on the run, then she has second thoughts, and then something changes. Well, 47 minutes, whatever it was, into the movie, that change was dramatic.
Indeed it was. That was the night noir died, as I like to describe it. And everything changed. I mean, can you imagine in 1960 standing in line waiting to see this movie and not having any idea what was going to happen? I mean, it really is kind of remarkable. And I love, even today when we're showing these films on TCM, it always amuses me to think that there are people who are seeing it for the first time. And so, we were cautious in setting this up, not to refer to the world-famous shower sequence, probably one of the most famous scenes in movie history. But yeah, that did change everything.
Before we get to the MacGuffin, I want to talk a little more about just how modern and shocking, not just because of the murder this movie was for 1960. Right in the beginning, we're in that hotel room, and there's Janet Leigh, a big movie star, and she's in a slip and a bra and nothing else in a hotel room with a shirtless man, and they're not married in 1960.
And they're on the same bed.
And they're on the same bed. Like, there's no ambiguity about what has happened and what has happened before. And then she delivers that line because she loves him and he doesn't have any money and he has to, I don't remember what led to it, but she says, "I'll lick the stamps."
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And like that line, Hitchcock getting this overwhelmingly sexual line in. But of course, censors can't really take it out. She just said, "I'll lick the stamps." Stamps have to be licked, right?
Yeah.
All little bits of Hitchcock's genius.
Yep. Well, he sets a tone. He is the master not only of suspense, he is the master of setting a tone. And this film does set a tone from the very beginning. And then there's the MacGuffin, which is the $40,000 that she steals. And everybody assumes, like, that's the plot of the movie. But of course, it's utterly meaningless, And even to where at the end, they actually have to build it in because audiences take things so literally that they have one of those guys at the end say, "And what happened to the $40,000? Oh, the swamp got that." As though anybody is thinking about the $40,000 at the end of the movie.
But here, I don't think of the $40,000 as a MacGuffin because it's $40,000, and everyone cares about $40,000. Everyone has some feeling about a large amount of money, right? And what that might mean for the characters. So, to me, it's not meaningless to the audience.
I agree completely. I get why people consider it a MacGuffin, but I think it goes to show you how the definition has changed so much over the years, because clearly it's something that motivates the main character in the movie. She steals that money. She has a reason to steal it. I mean, it's a classic film noir motivation. The only thing that was different was in film noir, it's usually the guy who steals the money to get the woman, to impress the woman. And here it's a reverse on that, right? Where she steals the money and hopefully is going to escape with Sam and make a new life and all this. That's a red herring. But it's also a completely motivating thing for the central characters. So I don't really think it's a meaningless plot point. It's what starts the plot in motion, and it's completely valid, but it ends up being a red herring because it doesn't have anything to do with where the story is headed.
All right, Eddie, as always, really interesting, good stuff, and I think we should do it again.
Like in 5 minutes, maybe?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it again right now.
Okay.
Stay with us. Coming up next, Eddie and I return with another Hitchcock film.